Reason I'm doing this today is to talk about the magic behind my active noise cancelling headphones. To understand that, we need to talk about waves. In particular, sound waves. All this is just messing around with sound, so we only hear the sounds that we want. The equation that makes this possible is called Fourier transform. So just a few seconds ago, you heard the sound before I turned off the noise cancelling, and the sound after I turned it off. You see, that was mostly just Fourier transform in play. What it did was isolate the sound of the AC in the fans via frequencies and counteract them with the sound that has the opposite waves. Here's a diagram of this basic sinusoidal wave. On the y-axis is sound or your volume. The louder you are, the higher it is, and vice versa. It progresses along the x-axis, which shows the time that is passing. Amplitude just shows you half the height of the wave. The crest and the trough is just the max and the min. The period is just how long it takes to go from max back to max or minimum back to minimum. Cool thing is, if you shift the graph by half a period, it looks like you flipped it over. In other words, made the inverse or the opposite. Now that we have that cleared out, sound is created by changes in air pressure rising and falling. Problem is, these waves in the air pile on top of one another, traveling at varying speeds in varying directions. The Fourier transform solves that by separating the sound into simple component waves. Noise-canceling headphones use this formula to break external noise into simple waves that emit identical waves that are shifted out of phase by half the period, so that the top of each new one matches the bottom of its counterpart. These anti-waves wipe out the unwanted sounds while leaving your music completely untouched and in pristine condition. Now let's explain the actual equation. F of t is the signal, which for sound is the air pressure at any given time, t. The integral sign, which tells you to evaluate the formula inside it for every frequency k between 0 and infinity, and then adds them all up. Cosine is the cosine function's graph, which takes the form of a sinusoidal wave. The rest of the formula tweaks this basic shape into a variety of different specific simple waves. F of k is the amplitude of the wave at frequency k. Multiplying the cosine by this factor turns its prototypical waveform into one with the correct height. Phi of k is the phase shift. Waves that are in phase / line up reinforce one another, creating bigger peaks and valleys. Those that are out of phase / don't match up cancel each other out. Now, if you don't mind, I'm going to get back to my music and let Fourier transform help me enjoy this ride.